I'm cheap. I'm cheap like that.
And you got 3D printers, so you just make your own case.
I'll make my own case. Okay, why did we default to the wrong camera? There we are.
And why are you into ham radio?
Because the radio's getting so cheap, it's ridiculous.
But it's just for hobby and fun, though, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's
for you,
a time code.
apocalypse planning, you know.
Yeah, they have competition. It's fun. I'll show you a video and they'll show you what's fun. They're doing parks, state parks, and they're running contests, and they're contacting state parks all over the world. That is QRP.
You need to mute your audio.
You go up.
I was muted for some reason. That's just bizarre.
I can see you being muted, but not with my melodic voice.
Kenny Rogers there, doesn't he?
So what's with the lights?
Lights. They're lights.
Looks pretty dim in there to me.
You're out there with William Shatner today.
Well, I don't know. Is he up there already?
He's been up and back.
Oh, he's back.
Yep. Took him 11 minutes or something, right?
Yeah. So we don't know how old you are, Art, but could you break his record?
Well,
He's only 90.
Yeah, sure. No.
I got a ways to go.
Good, good, good.
Did they repaint the walls in there? I noticed how green they are with this dimmer light.
Leroy got them to paint them green board, side green board. No. No, was it a different color before? I don't know.
I did something. Okay, he's back. I was trying to make the audio go out to the TV, but apparently that's not what that was.
This stupid little Chromebook picked up this camera, Logitech camera, boom.
So, Leroy,
Yes,
they
sir.
don't have it. They don't have any more Pepsi in the machine, or what?
You are right.
Yeah, that's me. I've been leaving the Pepsi at home.
He's a new sponsor.
Gail
Our new sponsor.
loads me up with Pepsis, but I've been forgetting them. Man. And they don't have them here. And
Well,
lockdown,
that stuff should really wire you because it's got terrible caffeine in it.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
and it's sweet. It tastes sweet to me, and I'm not a huge fan of sweet drinks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm limping along because I only had a $5 bill and I got all quarters and change. Man, I'm hobbling around.
Like winning the slot machine.
Okay, I'm going to try something real fast here, Art. I'm going to try to switch to a different, because HDMI port. Say something, Art.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We got
Yeah, it's not working. It's not going out to the TV.
yeah, it's got to be the cable. I don't know. We use a different computer.
All right, let's try that again.
Oh, you want me to try it with the?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're back. We can hear you. I was trying to get they had it going out to the TV last week or a couple weeks
They
ago.
had the audio on the TV.
The audio was going out to the TV, but it doesn't work with my laptop. So
Is this a meeting?
howdy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you gotta look at the library.
No, we're Automation Technology Club.
How do I join?
What?
How do I join?
Go
Pull up
take
a
a,
chair?
pull up a chair. It's very difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, just come in, pull up a chair. What's your name?
Khalid.
What?
Khalid.
Khalid?
Khalid.
Khalid?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in. Congratulations. You want to come in?
What is this?
It's Automation Technology Club. And you can walk, to leave, you just walk out. Okay.
I'll be back. I'm about to go get a drink.
All right. When you get ready to come in, just walk in. We know who you are now. You're official member.
$5 fees.
Officially with Steve. Steve's here.
Yeah.
What did we do?
Never
We didn't.
We
do
have
it.
a new sponsor.
Hi, Steve.
Greetings.
This is the only drink I love here.
Yeah, I have such a headache.
I understand.
But we can't get a Pepsi up there. Man, it's rough. I have gotta remember to bring the,
So do they still have the slot for Pepsi, or have they?
yeah, they've got a bottle in there and you push the button. Leroy taught me how to look at the lights. It says sold out when you push the button.
Huh.
Yeah, the only unfortunate part about that machine is it doesn't tell you it's sold out until after you push the button, which means you have to stick money in it to find out if you're going to get a pop
You
machine.
need to pay for the information.
Yeah. You're going to get stuck buying a pop you don't want.
Well, you can do the coin return. It'll return bills as well. But then you got nothing.
Well, that's true. You get stuck one way or the other, right?
I had a $5 bill, so I'm hobbling around with one leg loaded up.
You should have just paid it forward, left it there.
Yeah,
Compliments it too.
So I take it those machines don't take credit cards.
They do.
they do?
It does.
All of those
Wow.
do.
Huh.
I can show you the charge on my credit card bill.
Ah, so it's right under the dollar bill. There's a slot under the.
The thing
Dollar
that's the
thing?
bill acceptor is you just tap it.
Oh, so you need one of the cards
Oh.
that.
Oh, no, I think it has a card slot also. I think it's a swipe on the side.
Just a 10% upcharge.
Yeah.
What a deal. It's already $1.45. Dang, and they put 10% on top of that. Jeez. How do you use PayPal?
Actually, I think that machine, I think if you hit the button before you even stick your money in, it'll tell you if it's sold out or not.
Mhm.
It just doesn't tell you until you hit the button.
That is saying automation technology can't hack the pop machine. Huh?
So you can't see in through the window in the front to see if there's any bottles of that particular beverage?
There is a bottle in there.
It's an older machine that has like 5 bottles across the front of what it has. But those bottles have been there for years. And
As evident by
Oh.
the fact that they're flat.
yeah,
They've been in that machine for so long that they've lost their carbonation and have
shrunk.
shrunk.
So this is like the display pieces on the front of a sushi bar.
Yeah.
Kind of.
They're either plastic or they've been there since sushi was introduced in the US.
Never eat at a place that has half price sushi.
Sushi at a gas station, yes.
Anything new, Art?
No, we're heading out that way in the middle of November, it turns out. We're now booked. But other than that, we're scrambling just to finish up getting the house squared away here. We have been heaving stuff out. We've done everything but put a dumpster in the driveway. We've been getting rid of 40 plus years of accumulation here, so not much time for projects.
Y'all get the fire put out?
We've pretty much, we've dodged a bullet on fires so far. The Caldor is gone, which was over in the Sierras. There's something, I think, down close to Yosemite, but hasn't affected us at all. So far, so good, so to speak. We had a big scare earlier in the year, but seems to have died down quite a bit. So air quality hasn't been a major issue.
Oh, Ray phone is up there.
No.
Ray just showed up, but
So the question is what time zone is he in?
he's being incognito right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Can't
Okay,
see.
well, I'm near Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. On the foothills.
I was in
Is
California last week.
Ray is in his own time zone anyway.
so you're in the foothills of the Smokies then.
Yeah.
Pretty country.
It is. It's beautiful. I spent a couple days with a friend of mine in Asheville, and then I went over to Easley, and then another city near Myrtle Beach. But now, while I was in Nashville, my friend took me to work out at the gym with him because he does that every week, a couple times a week. And I'm still sore. That was 2 days ago.
That's
But
what happens when you get old.
He's a couple months older than me, but I think it's just because I'm out of shape a little bit. I don't go to the gym very often. I should go more. But no, I just wanted to hop in here and see what you guys are working on. I don't really have anything new going on.
So you're selling lasers down there, or you're strictly on vacation?
No, I'm doing service repair work, extra training, clean up.
We've been looking at the Zygu G90 transceiver for, like under $500, and I had an article that said why I sold my G90 Zygu HF transceiver, and he tuned around on 80 meters with his Zygu, and then he got out his Icon, which is sitting right there, and tuned around. There's a big difference. But hey, for $500, you can't complain too much, I guess.
I was gonna say the Icon's probably better.
It sounded a lot better. The audio was significant.
What Icon was he using?
I don't know. He actually had a couple of them sitting there.
Round numbers, what would the cost difference be?
Well, what's the 7300 go for, Ray? $1,300?
Yes. Yeah, about that.
Spend on a car.
Yeah.
I paid about $1,300 for mine.
Yeah. The audio difference was just nice, bass and you tune across the CW band and it was just, the tones were crisp, you know, and not, you know, how they get edgy on the cheap stuff.
Yeah. The one thing I think my favorite feature on the 7300 is the waterfall oscilloscope, the band meter scope, where you can see where people are at on the different frequencies, and you can see how much of the band they're using with their modulation, and looking at the quality of their signal when they talk, you can see which ones are really blaring and have distortion versus somebody that really has a crisp and clean signal.
So this has a display on the front of it that displays the waterfall?
The 7300 does, yes.
Yeah, the G90 does also. I'm sure it's, they actually have waterfall and they have a couple of options. Just all of them have that. It's just amazing.
Even on the higher end, the Yaesu and the ICOMs, they've got the waterfall scope, but you can definitely tell the quality difference in the different radios just listening to them, because like on Tuesday evenings, normally we have a net where people check in, and everybody tells kind of what radio they use, brand, if they're using an amplifier, what kind of antenna, their elevation, how far they are away from the net, or what city they're in. And you can just listen to the different guys and tell, it's a better quality radio. But some people like a certain sound for themselves. I hate for it to sound like I'm in a barrel. I want it to sound like I'm sitting right there with you, crisp and clean and clear, and nice.
Which is a challenge on single sideband. Single sideband always had that background noise too, and they've worked on that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I ordered the $3 transceiver.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 7.023, I think it is. CW only and direct conversion receiver. The shipping is more than the unit. Of course, you have to put that together yourself. But the receiver sounded pretty good for $3,
I don't know. If you want to play with Cracker Jack toys, you go ahead and do it.
That's us. That's us. That's us all the way. Leroy's found a $60 single sideband transceiver. Oh yeah.
I know that people get into amateur radio and they want to help develop better, lower cost equipment, and it's all amateur radio. But I'm also in there. I want to see higher quality. I do want to see prices come down, but I want to see new technology with higher quality. We're helping the rest of the communications world develop, experimenting with different stuff. But I've always told people, if it wasn't for amateur radio operators, you wouldn't have cell phones. Like
We are outside and just checking
what else
the
is going on?
noise level.
We're just having fun.
I don't think he's got it up on the website yet. It's supposed to be.
I don't see anybody brought any projects in.
Not yet. We'll see.
I didn't bring anything today. I went shopping.
Just Tic Tacs.
Got Tic Tacs. What do you want, Ray? We got Tic Tacs here. Yeah.
So this little transceiver kit right here for $55.
Mm.
But he's
But-
got,
But not the box, right?
but not the box.
Yeah, I like the box.
I like the box. He wants $20 for the box.
Mm.
But
And one guy built one on top of his bread pan.
he's
Took the
got
bread pan upside down and mounted it.
his YouTube channel had a new model, or that was supposed to be out on the 11th, but I don't see it on the website. That was $60, and it didn't have the display, but it was a better radio.
Yeah, these are the cheap ones, Leroy. These don't have the waterfall or nothing.
Yeah, there's no waterfall, there's no nothing.
The $60 one, you don't get a waterfall.
Well, you would on the computer. You
Oh, on the
use
computer.
it's
Oh,
a
okay.
it's an SDR. You use the SDR software,
Oh, yeah.
so you get your waterfall on your computer.
Oh, do you use the Windows software on your 7300 or? Ray?
I have it. I don't use it much.
Oh, okay. That could be interesting, particularly if they have a language that you can do stuff with, like call CQ and listen and automatically tell you, hey, somebody's answered your CQ. That'd be cool. And
Well,
if you-
one of the things I'm trying to get to, because I haven't had time to play with it, there's a method that I can hook my iPhone or my laptop up to the network, and I can run the radio from my iPad. There's also another app that you can run it from an Android, and there's another app that you can run. I can have my iPad in North Carolina connect to my house remotely, and I can run the radio from there. So I can talk on the net on Tuesdays, no matter where I'm at. So that sounds cool to me.
Yeah.
There's another program, an app on for Android. Let's see if I can find it. DV Switch. That's kind of what it does, but for digital modes. And
Huh.
and in this particular case, I don't even think you need a radio. I think you can just connect via the internet and use it. And it will go out over
What's the
repeated.
name of the app? What's the
Called
name of the app?
DV Switch. DV Switch Mobile.
What would it do with that repeater?
Connect you up to the repeater, I guess, let you talk through the repeater.
So I can.
Why not? It's like, they have ham radios now that you can just connect up to them with your computer and talk to them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's not uncommon. We were using those. They were nice receivers up in Canada, up in Utah, all kind of receivers. I'm sure they have transceivers too. You have to have a license to talk, but
Yeah.
we need to see how much they rent those for, huh? Talk about cheap.
There's one called Droid Star too, that does pretty much the same thing. You have to be licensed and you have to send them a copy of your license so that they can activate your thing and everything.
That G90 has, I think it's got a USB port, so you can run amateur radio deluxe or some of the stuff like that. And also you can take the faceplate off of the dang thing, which probably indicates you could run it remotely via USB or something. And if you can get it on USB, if you can get to go through the internet, then Leroy could use a system that's set up in my area where I can put up a good antenna, and Leroy could talk shortwave. And I'm sure you'd chip in. We could put a nice cubicle quad up, or buy me a THDX6, which is probably what you've got. Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. From what I can see of it, that looks like it's it. You need to get you a DMR ID if you're going to use it for DMR. Yep, that's what it looks like. If you're going to use it on DMR, you're going to need a DMR ID and something else. But you have to be a licensed ham, of course, to use it, because potentially you're going through your network to somebody else's network, which is connected to a repeater, which is going out over the airwaves into a radio. Potentially.
Yeah, we saw Ray. We saw on that G90. We saw them at State Park. They had a State Park contest. It was I don't know if it's QRP or not, but the guy was running 5 watts, and he had trouble getting to the other state park. And then he had a 20-watt QRP rig and on 40 meters, and got right through on the first call. So sound like 20 watts might be semi-respectable.
Hold on.
7300. It's 50 watts on one band and 100 watts on the other band.
Oh, okay. It sounds like that might be pretty respectable.
At both radios. I mean, the price is all right, I guess.
And you got the 2 kW kicker to go with that thing?
My dad does. I don't.
With you traveling so much, Ray, you probably could hit a lot of the parks on the air.
I don't have a whole lot of time to just roam around looking for people to talk to.
Well, but you get on that Parks on the Air website and you see what park's going to be activated and see if you can't do it in the time frame that they give you to do it. Win a contest.
Now, Ray doesn't have a lot of luxury time. That's why, unlike some of us.
Well, I gotta say, I do work a lot. I travel, and it's for work. Otherwise, I'd be home, yeah, working. So
Yeah, those were fun. I used to work the contest when I was in high school. Oh yeah, the young lady single sideband contest. That was one of my favorites. And field day.
Did they have signal sideband in those days?
Hey, watch it there. Watch it there, geezer. Watch who you geezing. Watch who you
AM.
geezing
It was
over
AM.
there.
It was all AM.
He's geezing.
With big tubes the size of this room.
6146 output tube, yeah. Spark gap, yeah.
Keeps you warm in the winter.
Yeah.
Spark gap.
I
Oh,
had-
that was such a
I
bad.
had an amp that had 4 811As in it, man. Keep you warm in the winter.
Warm your hands over them.
Yeah. Get some marshmallows.
So that's when you'd be in the shed in the back running it off of batteries.
No, that's a kilowatt PET, so no batteries on that one. I had one that had a motor generator in it.
I'm starting to regret getting rid of my Yaesu FT817.
Was that a converted Arc 5, Jim?
I had a 18S4.
Oh,
You know what 18S4 is?
no.
It had a receiver built into it. It was basically crystal controlled, and with a receiver built into it, and it ran about 800 volts on the B plus. We ran it at 1200. Yeah, yep. Big black box. It's a cousin of the Arc 13.
Okay.
Yeah. Similar output. You ever have Arc 13? You ever have Arc 13?
Nope.
I had one of those. Oh yeah. Had 18S4 and it had, I think the tubes were low voltage tubes. Now, except for the transmitter. I had a pretty good receiver in it, AM receiver. I had to build a control head for it. It was one of those things. So yeah, get transceivers, they're getting too cheap to ignore.
Yaesu's getting ready to release a new radio.
Yaesu means money.
Yeah, and it's not a cheap radio,
No,
and it's an analog only radio, and
Quality.
it's mind blowing why they actually want to go like a step backwards. And they're even using an old display technology, the old, like the old liquid crystal thing that doesn't really look all that great. And they're charging a lot of money.
Wow.
when you say Yaesu or ICOM, that means, that translates into English, money.
Money.
Yeah, but it's also quality.
Yeah, you get quality too. Well, heck yeah. I had a Collins KWM too.
It's mind blowing though that they're going backwards. It's just.
I agree.
I saw a review for this radio and it was mind blowing that they were going backwards. They should be going forwards, adding the digital.
Does it end up being a really inexpensive radio?
Do what? Do what?
Does it end up being an inexpensive radio, or is it like still high price but crap?
No, he said Yaesu, right?
I think it was, I haven't seen the price for it, but I think it was still going to be in the 300 plus price range.
300.
Well,
For
I'm
me,
always messing with my dad about how he loves Yaesu and I love ICOM.
I had a
But,
Yaesu T101 back in the day.
I like both. I use the both.
You use both. I have owned Kenwood, I've owned ICOM, I've owned Anytones, I've owned just about every radio manufacturer.
Collins?
I have had a Collins, but I sold it almost as soon as I got it
Yeah.
because it was worth some money.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Yaesu's. They just seem like they're very expensive for what they are.
The 101 was a decent radio for. It was a good, it was a good alternative.
I've had a couple of 101s that I got from an auction. Never did anything with them.
Yeah.
I bought them strictly to sell. With 101s, they were, when I had them, they were highly sought after. I don't know if they're still so highly sought after.
Yeah, he started coming out with that digital series. I think that hurt them in the SD series, SD 101s, all that. But the Yaesu was the first one to go to the solid state receivers. Yeah,
I've got Kenwood, I've got my Anytone, and I've got a couple of icons at the house right now. And a couple of both things because everybody has them.
so they're saying this week that Spectrum is offering unlimited internet, unlimited data on a $29 plan.
Whoa. I already have Spectrum.
I'm talking about phone service, $29
Oh,
plan. But I don't see with 5G stuff, I don't know why anyone would have an internet connection at your home. If you got 5G and you got a phone, when you walk home, your TV should pop up and automatically connect to your phone.
But most people don't want their internet to stop when they're using the microwave.
Well, they're not just, there are
Or pick up the
there are other
cordless phone.
frequencies other than 2.4 gig, okay? There are
Yeah,
other
but there are
frequencies.
harmonics that are right in the middle of 5.
They should be getting around it. No, when you're going 300 gig or 200 gig, it shouldn't have harmonics that bad. It should be shielded.
I have had several companies contact me at work trying to get us to switch to 5G. And I've given them addresses for people that live downtown Cincinnati, people that for where I'm working, which is on Red Bank Road.
Huh?
Where is 5G actually available?
Oh,
Because nowhere within 100 miles of Cincinnati that I can find.
well, 5G is available, but they're not on the super high frequencies. They have them on the mid frequency. That's the big thing we were talking about a couple of months ago. They're offering 5G at low bandwidth on the
Then
lower
what's the point?
frequencies. Yeah.
Buy this new phone that costs a fortune because someday it might work for you. If we don't come up with another standard before we actually put in 5G towers. I'm sorry.
No, they have the super high frequency available in the big city.
There
But
are 2 towers in all of Cincinnati that
Oh.
are 5G.
well, Cincinnati. Oh, you're talking Cincinnati. Well,
Yeah,
I'm talking about the
2.
big city.
There are 715 towers in Cincinnati. 2 of them are 5G. You know, what's the
I need a
Not
tower.
much. 5G dies quick.
I need a
It depends on the frequency. The full.
Okay, that's true. The frequency that gives you 5G.
I need a tower. I'm looking to buy a tower.
Yeah, now but 5G is available in multiple bandwidths. It depends on, if you want the super high bandwidth, it's a super high frequency and the
It
range
isn't available.
will block it. And you
Nobody's
have
listening to
outside
me.
antenna, okay, on a lot of them. But there is.
Sorry, Ray.
I want a tower. I want to buy a tower.
You have a tower.
I need another tower. I need more towers.
You just need to put a 2-inch tall antenna on top of it.
I think they just put it at the Turbine Peak.
Okay, so
At the Duke Tower peaking station. I think they have.
When you're actually talking to a cell.
on top of the Middletown Journal building, I'll put a tower over there.
Yeah, that would be a good building, as long as they don't tear it
So-
down
Uh,
for this new project that they want to do.
they're not going to. We've already talked about all that.
Oh, okay.
If they want to tear it down, I do not mind if they want to buy it. I will sell it to them when they tear it down.
We'll see you later.
Take care, Mike.
Okay.
They just pulled 5G through my yard.
But anybody that wants to look at my new building, you look at the journal building, you're welcome to go look at it. It has new windows and it's looking pretty darn beautiful on the outside.
You have
So,
pictures?
a lot of work going on here.
Ray, you got pictures?
I don't know that I can share them. Yes, I do have pictures. Share some content. Only the host can share then this meeting.
Wait, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. There, you should share. You can share, or you should be able to.
Okay. I'm gonna share a photo. See what we can share. Let's go share my favorites. And, there you go.
So we don't see anything.
That's a black photo.
You don't see them?
Right, he's in the smoke.
Oh, come on.
There it is. There it is.
What's that?
That is the Middletown Journal building. See, you two were back there talking. You're not paying any attention.
So did I zoom in on it? Did you guys see that better?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, so all these windows, like in the front above the doorways, it's an 8-panel rectangular window. All the windows in the building are aluminum extrusion with the glass triple pane in it. Even the windows that are the arch windows and a giant.
Is it the new makerspace, Middletown?
That is right across the street from the library.
Right.
Sure, this is going to be the new Middletown Makerspace. Yeah, sure.
Or a new library.
Is any of the press equipment still in it?
I think we lost you, Ray.
What is the vertical white thing in the corner of the building?
The equipment. Steve said something about equipment.
Yeah, he wanted to know if any of the press equipment was still in there.
The substructure for the press.
I don't know what's going on. We're not getting you too well right now, right?
That's across from the library?
Yeah.
A nice place.
I don't remember it being across from the library.
Yeah, on Broad Street.
Is that the one with the lion out front?
No.
Okay.
Are you planning an inauguration party?
Party?
Free food and drinks?
It's diagonal from the library.
Yeah.
It's
Diagonal from the library, yeah.
It's not directly across the street.
Okay.
So it's across the street from where the buses go and park. There's a big
Oh, okay.
parking lot.
Oh, okay.
And that is directly across the street from the library. So it's diagonal from the library. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's diagonal from the library.
It's been a while since I've been up there and I don't remember seeing that building. That's all.
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Now,
Times.
you're kind of
Okay.
choppy.
yeah, you're breaking in and out a bit, right?
I think some skips
Well-
coming in.
Skip. You're funny.
Middletown Township, I don't
No, Middletown, Ohio.
know.
Middletown Township is somewhere. I don't know where that is. I don't know where Middletown
Jersey.
Township is.
New Jersey.
It's midpoint library, Middletown. Middletown Journal building sits on Broad Street. The library sits on Broad Street. There's two churches across the street from it. And then across the street, diagonal is the Middletown Journal building. And across the street, the other way is the bus parking lot area where they got the bus depot thing. And then the other side, what would that be? The west side of it has another church and like a large open field kind of area.
Well, what about this $1.5 billion project they're talking
Well,
about?
That's well,
$1.3 billion Hollywood land.
Yeah,
yeah, I was going to be an amusement park right along the river.
They actually sold it to me, the idea that it was going to be 1, 2, or 3 13-story hotels, a convention center, and, you know, parking space, blah, blah, stuff like that.
That's part of the problem with what they were doing. They didn't have a clear vision of any of it. They just wanted
Right,
to
that's
spend
true.
something billion dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
It's right. I believe this.
So where's the money coming from?
Right.
Well,
Parking lot.
a small portion of it, like 500,000, 750,000 at most, would be coming from the city to pay for plans, architects, engineers, testing, stuff like that to make sure it's all viable. Once the investment done is initially, then everything is confirmed. Hey, we're moving along with this project. Then the rest of the 1.3 billion is coming from an investor. His name is David Rachi, but he actually represents an entire council of investors. I don't agree that this would be a good. I don't think it would be a good amusement park. That's a bad idea. I think it would be a good convention center, a good place for hotels. I mean, I could see a couple places. I'd like to see a gas station.
Part of the problem with that project was nobody had a clear vision about any of it. There was talk of an amusement park. There's talk of an indoor water slide. There's talk of a convention center. There was talk of.
I think that a lot of people are speculating, hearsay, and rumor. And I don't think enough people are actually asking David and the Middletown Economic Development, because the people who are saying we don't know what's going on are the people who haven't been paying attention until the past 2 weeks. And they haven't gone and done their research to talk to David. Because David has been doing a lot of work trying to make sure that these different businesses can be relocated with a viable business opportunity at their new location. We don't want to just uproot somebody and throw them aside. Like the one main company that's complaining is Rolling Mills Brewery.
Yep.
Okay. And Rolling Mills is a little shithole of a bar that they're saying that they poured their heart, sweat, and tears in that building. You'd be like, oh God, your blood, sweat, and tears ain't worth much, is it? Okay, that's my opinion. And
We lost you again, Ray. See, the internet kills Ray when he starts talking about.
So I'm not the only one that has an audio problem right now.
Oh, you are not. Ray is extremely choppy.
There are like 4 little tables.
Yes. You found it. Yeah, that's it's diagonal across from the.
DES Switch Mobile.
We were talking about that 20 minutes ago. He wanted to know what the app was called for.
Oh, okay, that's a note there. I just didn't know what it was.
Uh, We're all having a day, aren't we?
Library. There's a big-
Yeah,
There it is.
yeah, been there for years. I haven't seen no one.
Okay, so I can recognize other landmarks, but I'd never noticed a lion.
Yeah,
Damn, there's a lion in front of the
A
library.
life-size lion. It's usually got at least one child on it.
Sorry, Ray, you're breaking up too bad. We're talking around you right now. Ray's gone.
you can do Google Streets and look around. And put it up on the screen.
How can I cast for that? Can I?
So you zoom to it.
I'm logged in as him right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he can.
He's Linux, you know.
Let's see, okay, you're gonna make me.
Can do it. The problem is I'm booted off with a thumb drive because I'm playing something. And yeah, I have no idea what my Zoom password is.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what would happen if you tried to log in while you're already logged in anyway. Do you?
I don't know.
Might just destroy the internet.
Clearly that's happened with Zoom
Library.
before.
Westchester closes soon. Oh, there's one up there, dang.
Well, I learned something new today though, because I don't think I've ever noticed there was a line in front of the line.
So Ray's back.
Ray is back. How'd that happen? I didn't admit him.
Oh, there's, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, there's a lion.
That don't.
I walked by it a dozen times and just never noticed.
It's kind of fun to walk around in Hamilton and look for statues. There is probably 50 tons of statues scattered around Hamilton.
Yeah.
And most of them are actually pretty decent statues. They do not like abstract art, that big red pile of I-beams at the beginning of Miami University. It's not art. It's a construction project that nobody finished.
Okay, so I've got the Midpoint Library and the, okay, now I need to share my screen. And I forgot to do that. On Chrome, Zoom, okay. And let's see if I can do a share, okay. Would that be application or I can do desktop, I guess. What that looks like. Okay. And I can do that. Oh, I can't do that. Share. Application. Okay, there we go. Share.
Aha.
Okay, so there is the lion. Okay, so let's see if we can turn this guy. And the bus station is down that street.
Mhm.
And there's the churches. looks like, or a church.
There's two churches right next to each other right there.
Okay, is it that way?
Go
Back.
forward. Corner.
Yeah, go toward Main Street. Whatever.
Okay,
Oh.
what are we looking?
Go
for?
straight ahead?
Yes,
Okay.
It's in the next corner to the left.
little more.
Okay.
This is probably going to be what it looked like before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And there's a bus thing over to the right.
Yep.
And
So,
then to,
so you can see the old windows that were there. Ray has made it look more pretty.
okay, and there's the back of it back there with the curved top windows. Okay. Yeah, Ray has enhanced it.
So when I moved out of Middletown, Sword Theater was being disassembled. Have they brought it back yet?
Yeah, it's open.
Ah,
Sword Theater, you need to
It's-
hear about that.
Is the balcony and sword working?
They're having shows
Yes, but
now.
the balcony was falling. The
no.
last time I was in Sword Theater, the balcony was just about to collapse on top of it.
Well, okay, then that's probably before I moved out of Middletown,
Probably.
which was 2014, I think. Because, I mean, they were literally disassembling it block by block. The I-beams for the arch were sitting in the parking lot. It was a
They-
pretty
they-
impressive thing.
They've done a lot of work to it, but I don't know if have they completely restored it. Last time I was in there, they weren't letting people go upstairs up into the balcony because it was literally about ready to just collapse. And it probably would have collapsed and killed.
Grammy winners coming to Sword in 2022.
I probably ought to take my girlfriend to see that country music thing, but no.
Of course, the last time I was in Sword, Gem Computers owned it. And they were showing like Rocky Horror Picture Show and other weird cult
Okay, that's-
classic movies in there. And it would cost like $1 and they had it all painted black and it was just dark and dank and.
Actually, that's appropriate, but yeah, that's.
But that was a while ago. And they were showing costs like $1 or $2 to get in to see these really bad B-flick cult classic movies. Or the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I think costs $5 to get in.
No,
Looking for volunteers, you could get into this stuff free. Buy tickets.
But the last time I was in there, it had turned into a movie theater of sorts. And they weren't taking care of it or doing any maintenance to it or anything.
Yeah.
They were just strictly using it to make a few dollars.
yeah, that's kind of sad.
They own that, there was a record store, music label company that was in the front of it
Mhm.
that was owned by Gem Computers. And then they owned the computer shop that was out on Brill. Same people. And
The one just south of. What is that, Reeseville?
yes,
A tribute to Jim Morrison and the Doors,
That I could
October
go see.
15th.
$25? That's not bad. Oh, wow, that's tomorrow.
time to change the plans.
Johnny Cash is a little late for him. Let's just say it.
Wait, is that actually Blessed Union of Souls? And their music is a little rough. But
'90s kids will remember them. Yeah. Heard of JD Legends out in Franklin? It's a bowling alley.
Yeah,
yeah,
They have big name country stars in there every weekend. Every other weekend.
I noticed they had some big names that had been there.
Yeah.
But it's every weekend. Wow.
Every other weekend, every third weekend, they'll have like a really big name. But every weekend they're doing live music outside, as long as it's nice.
yeah.
And I don't know, but I don't think it costs anything. Parking costs, they charge to park, but I don't
Yeah.
know if the concert actually costs anything.
Well, that's what, crap, the one down on 52 used to be. That was cheap and they had some amazing things there. I don't know. In high school, I went to a lot of concerts. I went to a couple down in Cincinnati at Bogart's,
Mhm.
and that just turned me off of concerts. It's a big brick building and they turned all the amps up to 11. And oh my, it's too narrow and tall.
Doesn't sound good.
Well, after about 30 seconds, it just turns into kind of a muffled din.
Well, we live not even a block away from JD Legends.
Oh, really?
And quite honestly, unless you go outside, you really can't. It's actually pretty quiet. You really can't hear I hear like a muffled concert every now and then, but for the most part, unless you're standing right outside, you really don't hear it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you pretty much have to be within that little square of the area which is kind of cool because JD Legends is in a residential neighborhood.
Mhm.
So at least they're not killing people all night long with loud, annoying music. I'll tell you, the weird thing is we kind of live up above where Franklin's football stadium is too. And I hear the band music more than I hear JD Legends music from the football field, which is just weird, if you ask me. I think a concert would be loud and annoying, but no. It's the band music from the football game.
I might have to.
Yeah.
My kid lives up there. He's in Franklin.
I can't
I
believe
am awful with names of things. When you go down 73 to Main Street, you've got a Speedway on one side and a CVS on the other. He's in one of the houses right behind the CVS.
okay.
It's a crappy area, but the rent's cheap.
So we're up off of Second Street.
Yeah, bowling alley's not bad. We've been there a couple of
Yeah,
times.
that bowling alley is actually a pretty nice bowling alley, and they do those concerts.
How do you do concerts in a bowling alley?
It's outdoors.
It's actually next door.
Oh,
It's they have an area next door to it.
Yeah, I guess JD Legends sponsors it. The bowling alley is actually, it's a big area. They've got restaurants and other stuff in there. It's not just bowling. It's a pretty nice little venue.
I don't think I've ever been in.
I think you'd be surprised, because
I've
you
worked
see
in-
it and it says bowling alley and you go, eh, and then you go in and it's like an actually nice bowling alley.
I've
And there's
worked-
actual
I've
restaurants.
worked in 3 bowling alleys, 2 of them as pin setter mechanics. Yeah, I'm pretty, I get bowling alleys. They're interesting.
It's okay bowling alley. And they have coupons. That explains it there. Everybody knows Gail, there are coupons there.
But
Yeah,
it's,
free pizza.
they've got a couple of restaurants in there, and they've got other stuff going on, and they do these concerts. I think they've got a bar in there too, don't they?
Yeah, you have to have a bar in a bowling alley.
Yeah, I think the bar is actually what sponsors
Probably.
the concerts, but it's all part of JD Legends.
The best part of working in a bowling alley is staff gets out when the bar is closed and you go to Denny's or something afterwards and watch the drunks come through. That was the most fun.
Oh, the Roku now, this is my new Roku remote. Yep.
It's an app,
Huh?
it's an app only, an app for Roku.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got a Roku set now. This is one of your remotes. So it's pretty nice. And they have some features where you can go through the movies and stuff. You don't have to use, the Roku remote is kind of crude. There are no numbers on it. So it's kind of expanding it. And you can do Roku on your phone too.
yeah,
Want to watch Roku? Okay.
they've had the remote for a while. I rarely pick up my phone to use it though. I always
And
just
the remotes,
pick up the remote.
few buttons, you know? Like 3 or 4 buttons.
I got multiple remote TVs, Roku remotes, so it just, devices, and it finds your TVs. Okay. You wanna go to the family room? Boom.
Yeah.
You're on that one.
So, speaking of Roku, a couple weeks ago, you had said that you had multiple TV set.
Mhm.
Well, I went back into my account and I was able to set up my second thing. So apparently they have changed that over first being able to do it to now, because when I first did it, it said I could only set one setup. Now I've got 2 of them set up and they both have their own unique names. So now I can control each one individually.
Can you run them simultaneously?
Yes. Yes, I can. The only thing I don't particularly, I love my Roku sets, but if I install an app on my set, it automatically gets installed on the living room set. And I don't really particularly, I mean, I don't mind, but I kind of want the 2 devices to be separate, not,
Yeah.
Well, you're using the same account, I bet.
yeah.
So if you had a separate account.
But yeah, I guess I could do a separate account, but it's easier to manage when you've got one account
I wouldn't want my playlist to show up on my kid's TV.
necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want some of I install a bunch of free TV, watch TV for free kind of app. And Patty really just watches Hulu. All we really need on that set is Hulu.
So now you can watch Hulu on this, and it looks like you can Hulu cast, or not Hulu, you can Roku cast, because the Roku TVs have Roku cast on them. Okay, you can
I've
find
never-
it and say that TV, send a picture to that TV.
I've never gotten that to work.
Yeah, well, I've got older model Rokus and it doesn't work. And I've got about 3 or 4 different Roku sets. But they do update the software on those things too.
But I mean, the living room set really only needs like Hulu and maybe 1 or 2 other apps
Mhm.
where me, I like watching the old sci-fi and some of the other weird stuff. The other set doesn't need all those apps.
Yeah.
So that's my only real complaint about how Hulu, they want everything to be synced together. Of course,
They all do that. I mean, I've got a Google TV.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
They all pretty much do that.
Yeah, I think they all run the same Linux kernel.
It doesn't bother me so much with like Chrome, but for some reason it bugs the crap out of me with
Yeah.
Ruki. I really don't know what the disconnect is or why one bugs me and one doesn't.
You could probably keep it from happening with a file.
Probably.
Just block one TV from getting to
The server updates.
yeah,
Yeah. It's not worth it. I'll just let it do it.
it would be work.
I don't know why, and like I said, I don't know why that bugs me. It just does.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, Patty can come in and watch, I'm watching sci-fi. She knows I like sci-fi, so it's not like I'm trying to hide it or anything. It just
Yeah,
bugs me.
I'm going through Stargate for about the third time. Back to season 4 again.
Tubi has a lot of the old 1950s stuff right now. They're really into the whole horror genre right now because I
Yeah.
guess it's Halloween and it's horror time. I'm watching a lot of old 1950s.
Have you caught any Comet TV, Channel 64 on broadcast? They've got
Not lately, but I know of it.
They've got a lot of odd stuff. And they show everything 4 or 5 times at least.
They've got the Comet TV app. I
Oh,
think I've turned that on in a while. Peacock. I watch a lot of the old shows on Peacock.
mhm. What got me to actually purchase a Hulu subscription was I Dream of Jeannie.
That's sad.
Or read,
That's so sad.
and then they don't show it. Like, damn,
Oh, geez.
they lost the contract or something.
I'm still hooked on cloud. They have France TV, they have Euro TV, and they've got the first TV, Bill O'Reilly, and I Love Nature channel. They're starting to roll. They're starting to repeat now.
We had
But they're about 20 channels. It's $250 a month.
and we had Netflix for a long time, and then I don't know. Netflix just got on my nerves, so we got rid of it.
Oh,
And
really?
then let's see.
I love Netflix. That's, I mean,
I,
for the price, I think that's one of the better streaming services.
I don't know. Netflix just I don't really know what happened, but I know when Fox got rid of the Orville and said that it was going to Hulu, that was when we got Hulu, and maybe we just got rid of Netflix to keep the bill low.
Yeah.
But
My Hulu bill went up. It's now almost twice what Netflix is, I think.
yeah,
Dang.
my Hulu, I think it's still like right around $8 or $9, something like that.
Hulu?
Yeah. I'm doing the one with the ads. We get the ads.
Yeah, I think I do too.
But we got, I switched to Hulu because they said the Orville was going, and the Orville, the pandemic happened and everything got pushed back. So we've had Hulu and I haven't watched the Orville. So it's like,
Cops is back on Friday night.
But
Fox Nation. That's like $5 a month.
that's,
Fox Business is starting to have a couple of interesting.
What happened? Audio.
what? I don't know. What happened to the audio?
They got,
I can hear Leroy.
I
I got, John Rich is doing a series on Fox that's pretty good. He had Meatloaf on there today, an interview with Meatloaf. Very good.
Hello.
Meatloaf for dinner.
Yeah,
So my Hulu costs me $22.62 a month.
Wow. That makes sense.
2.
Completely.
What?
Yeah, we're losing audio for some reason. Can you hear me?
Acts like it's really up.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Of course, it's happening near the end of the stream anyway, so I'm not sure what's going on.
I'll back out. You won't be able to see Leroy, but nobody's gonna miss that.
I don't know what's going on, Art. Maybe we just need to. We got about 5 minutes before they kick us out anyway. Maybe we just need to say bye if you can't hear us. We're here. I'll type in the message.
No audio.
Oh, interesting. It does have a supervisory screen. It'll tell you what the bandwidth is and all that stuff.
See you next week.
Okay, bye.
See you next week with a brand new show.
From the space.
Yeah, from outer space.